And we are live with another podcast, live with Cause. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You on the other side, how are you doing? I hope everything is doing well with you. I hope that you had a great night's sleep. You that was working, I hope that you had a great night at work. You that was feeling unwell, I hope that you woke up feeling better this morning. Welcome to another episode of the podcast Live with Cause. This is the podcast where we try to elevate. We are in our journey to success. We are trying to go to a whole new level. A whole new level. Whole new level. Whole new level. Whole new level. You already know the vibes. Yes. This is the podcast where we're trying uh to stick in our journey, trying to make ourselves our better versions ourselves, to become our better versions of ourselves, to become the person that we know we can be, the successful person that we know we can be. All right, where is my manners? My name is Kazmi. Welcome, 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 welcome one more time. And for you that is the first time that you are coming to the podcast, please like and subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know if this content is helpful for you. Okay, and just the fact that you're clicking in this channel, you already know the vibes. You're in the right path, so you should be proud of you. And I like to begin the podcast always saying this, and I cannot stress this enough. If you have anything that you have been putting aside, that you have been procrastinating, and you haven't done it yet, this is your moment. Get up right now and do it. Like, I know you can't. Stop pushing it aside. All right? The more you push it aside, the harder it becomes. So today is the day. Get up. Let's go and do it. If it's to go to the gym, get up and go to the gym. Anything that you need to start. If it's a healthy diet, go to the store and buy some healthy food and put in the house. Anything, anything at all you need to do and you haven't done yet, make sure you get up right now and you make it happen. All right? Today we're going to talk about something very important, and we're going to read something together, because this is my journey as well. It's not just your journey, and I am learning as well to become the best version of myself. And the best way to learn is by reading, and I'm reading and I'm learning in real time with you, and I'm sharing this information real time with you. The information to become a better person, the information to become a more successful person is out there. We just gotta stop being lazy and look for it, or read it, or research it. All right. Right now, everybody has the opportunity to research something. You just go to your cell phone, right? Everybody have one of these, a cell phone, and you go to Google. Where is Google? Here, Google, and you do your research. You can research anything that you want in Google right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's out of focus right now, but you know what I mean. Yes, anything you can see, you can do. All you want to know, you can just go to Google. You want to know. You want to know how to become successful. You have plenty of articles in Google that can help you. If you are not somebody that doesn't like to read books, if you like to read books, you have like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of books that talk about self-improvement, that talks about success. So you just gotta be lazy and do the work. And I'm gonna disclaim this right now. If you are not ready to do the work, this is the wrong channel for you. So unsubscribe and go to a channel where you get entertainment, where you just passing your day by and you don't learn anything new. If you want to stay in this channel, you have to be ready to put the work. And I'm gonna hold you accountable every single second, every single time. All right? Remember, everything that we do in life is always intentional. It has to be intentional. If you want to be successful, it has to be intentional. It has to be planned. It has to be by choice. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to be successful, it has to be by choice. It has to be something that you really want to do. But it doesn't come easy. It doesn't just fall in your hands. It's a work, constant work. All right? A constant work that will build up with time until you get to the momentum. And when you get to the momentum, you got to take advantage of the momentum. But cause how do I know that I reached the momentum? How do I know that this is the right time to propel and to go forward and do something big? I'm about to tell you right now. Okay, I'm about to tell you right now, and this is what the article today is about. This is what the video today is about. The podcast is about how to take advantage of the momentum, how to use the momentum to your advantage. All right. So I came across this article today um, when I was researching for things to read and to give me some more knowledge. And I came across this article from Anthony Paris. He's a writer, and he's a very good writer, and I kind of like went through it a little bit, and I really like the article, but I want to read it like in real time with you guys and learn from it in real time. So let me share my screen with you. Oh, it's already sharing. So the name of the article is this, and shout out to Anthony Paris. Paris. I don't know who he is, but shout out to you, my friend, for providing this valuable information for me and my followers. We really appreciate that. And the name of the article is The Power of the Momentum and How to Use It to Your Advantage. All right. One way to keep momentum going is to have constantly greater goals. All right. So this is self explanatory. All right. You cannot have a momentum if you don't have goals. You cannot have a momentum if you're not putting the work to achieve the goals. Like the momentum happens when you have goals, and when you reach that peak, like you reach that momentum and then you propel. That's basically what momentum is about. But you know how we do here. Here, I like to give you the on the book definition of words. So we're learning as well. You know, we're learning in all aspects. We're learning on our grammar, we're learning on our dictionary's definition, and we're learning in our a way of becoming a better person, and we're learning on a way of reading better, and on a way of talking to people and not be afraid to express your mind. So it's not just you, it's me as well. I'm doing this for me, and I'm glad that I'm able to share this with you, and I'm glad that I'm able to help you. So let's define the word momentum. Momentum definition. There it is. All right. Uh, the quantity of motion of moving body. This is the physical. Okay. This is the physical. This is the physical definition. The quantity of motion of a moving body, measured as a product of its mass and velocity. That's the physical definition of momentum. But let's go to the general definition of momentum. The general is the impetus, impetus gaining by a moving object. Okay, so that means a momentum is when gain you gain like some velocity or some magnitude by moving, right? By moving, like you are in constant movement, and the movement is always like increasing, like velocity, magnitude, altitude, or whatever the contest is, right? So that's what momentum is about. So it's like a snowball. Momentum is like, it should be like a snowball, constantly moving and constantly growing, constantly moving and constantly growing. So how to take advantage of that? So Anthony Paris has this very good article. So let's go. Let's get to it. I always wanted to talk about this topic since I think that momentum is very powerful in reaching for our highest goals. That's very true, Anthony. Very true. What is momentum? Oh, they have the definition here. What a surprise, right? Well, good question. There are two possible definition. There are two possible definitions. A theoretical one, more physical definition, and a practical definition, which we just talked about just now. The physical definition of momentum. All right, the physical. Let's look at the more physical definition first. It makes sense. In physics, the momentum of an object its mass times its velocity, or momentum equal mass times velocity. All right, this means the more mass or velocity an object has, the more momentum it has. And you see this a lot in a industry, in like in the music industry, right? Like the more followers and the more the music plays on the radio, or the more people play the music, the more the momentum builds, and the easier, the easier it is to propel to become a mainstream artist. So it's in physics it's is basically mass time velocity. The more mass or the more velocity you have, the more momentum you have. Take an example of a person skiing down a hill. The heavier that person is, or the more mass that person has, the faster that person is going down the hill. As a result, the person has a higher momentum, which is self explanatory. We don't have to talk about it, elaborate on that, because that's pretty self explanatory. And then now he's going to give us the practical meaning of the word momentum, what it means. Now let's consider the more practical definition. This is one uh, this is the one I like the most. Momentum, in a more practical sense, is defined by strength or force gained by motion or by a series of action. Yes, so momentum is a strength or force gained by motion or by a series of actions. You cannot have momentum if you're not making moves. You cannot get a momentum if you're not making moves. You cannot you cannot have momentum. You cannot have momentum. Give me just a second. All right, I'm sorry about that, guys. It was something that I needed to reply to. Thank you for your patience. You cannot have momentum if you're not taking actions or if you're not moving somewhere. So, that's important. Anything that you do in life, if you're not making the right actions or if you are in your comfort zone, you're not making any moves. So you won't have the momentum to propel. Let's keep going with this. This, my friends, is why so many motivation gurus, coaches, speakers come with this specific mantra time after time. Just start. And and that's what takes. Just start. Literally. Just get up and do it and start. Like that's the most hardest that's the hardest thing to do. Start something because it's easy to think about it, it's easy to dream about it, but have that confidence, to really do it. That's where it's gonna come down to. So just start it. Just get up and do it. You will learn a lot and you won't regret it. I promise you. All right. The funny thing is, it's true. Starting something new, it's hard. But remember, whatever that is motivation, that is momentum. We just talked about it, so I don't have to elaborate on that. Motion drives action, and actions drive momentum. It's a vicious cycle. Yes, when you move, you taking actions. And when actions is taken, automatically we have momentum and the cycle go. The more action you take, the more you move, the more momentum you will have. All right? So stop being in your comfort zone. Go out there, go hunt, go, go do what you gotta do, network, make moves. Don't stay stagnant. If you stay stagnant, you're not going nowhere. All right, you're not creating any moment, you're not creating any momentum, nothing. All right, listen to me, listen to me. Okay, let's keep going. As you go through the actions, more and more motions is generated, and vice versa as well. New ideas pop up, inspirations arises. Things that seemed impossible suddenly become more than realistic. You understand? Have you ever been in a situation like, I think everybody, if you live by yourself or if you own a house, you have something to do and you look at it, it looks like super big thing. And then you do it, it takes less than 5 minutes to do it. But just by looking at it, it looks like, oh my God, this is gonna take like at least like 2, 3 hours. And then you start doing it, it takes like 5 minutes. Yes, this is exactly what it's talking about. You know, things that seem when you take actions, everything that your mind, because mind is lazy by definition. By default, your mind is lazy. Your mind wanna do what is comfortable by default. You understand? So it's gonna trick you to think that everything is hard when it's simply not. So instead of listening to your mind, make your mind work. Make your mind work. Take actions, and you make your mind work by taking actions. And when you take actions, you will realize, oh, shoot, this was easier than I thought. All right. And this is the mindset that I want you guys to have. And this is the mindset that I'm trying to put in myself as well. All right. So let's keep going. This is the power of momentum. Now we are going to talk about the power of momentum. You see this image here? Yes, this is a very, very, very good example of momentum. A super, super good example of momentum. All right, look, this image, everybody kind of know what it is, right? Like you start one thing and that thing goes on forever if you don't stop it. All right, you take one action of lifting one of those things and drop it, right? When you drop it, it hits the other one, and it creates like a momentum, and it keeps going back and forth, 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 until you decide to stop that action. When you stop that action, the momentum is gone. All right, does it make sense? All right, cool. Let's keep going with the article. Alrighty. So how can you use momentum? So how can you use momentum to your advantage? Start with goals. Yes, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a goal set in mind, you just going through life, living life. You don't have no purpose in life. And a person that doesn't have a purpose in life is like it's in the wind. Any blow can move you to another location. Another set of wind blows, you go to another location. You don't have no sense of self, purpose give you a sense of self. You understand what I mean? Yeah, so you have to have a goal, a goal in mind. Anything and anything at all, because has this famous saying that say, if you don't stand for nothing, you will fall for everything. And this is what's happening nowadays. Like, I'm sick and tired of seeing people don't having a mind of their own, following what other people is telling them to do without questioning, without any doubts, just doing what people is telling them to do. I'm sick and tired of people following trends that every 2 weeks a new trend, a new trend. Like, where is the personality, man? What is your personality like? Do you have a mind? Do you even have a mind of your own? You know how sick it is to let somebody dictate how you think or how you act, how you dress. You know how low is that? Don't you ever put yourself in that situation. All right? Here in this channel, we different. We think, we analyze, and then we take actions. And when we take actions, we create momentum. Right? That's why we become successful and the rest of the world stay the 99%. We become the 1%er. All right? Let's keep going. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? Be very clear. The more precise you are, the better. It is just much easier to start taking actions if you have a road map, right? Like for example, I'm in New York. If I'm going to Bronx right now, if I don't have a GPS, I'm not even gonna consider the idea of going to Bronx, because I'm not gonna be able to go to Bronx unless I do a lot of mistakes, unless I have to stop and ask people, oh, do you know how to, every like 5 minutes, what turn should I take to go to the Bronx? But when you have a GPS, you have a map, you have a goal, you know exactly what you're doing and you know exactly where you're going. So it's important to have goal in life so you can have a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. If you don't have a goal in life, it's easy to figure out what you are meant to do. All right? What is the thing that you do that you enjoy, yourself enjoy doing, and even if you don't get paid for it, you still do it. That specific thing that you do that you enjoy, even if you don't get paid for it, that's your purpose in life. Turn that thing into a business. All right, let's get it, let's keep going. It is it is just much easier to start taking action. All right, roadmap, we read that one already. You can then use your goals as fuel to drive momentum. And like I said, it is a vicious cycle. Your increased momentum will fuel new goals. Yes, when you have a goal and you see that you achieving your goals and you are in the right direction and you start getting momentum, you start becoming more ambitious. All right, I'm achieving this goal right now. What's next? And that's the momentum. What's next? And then what's next? And then what's next? And then what's next? Right, by the time you're realizing you having a set of goals, a set of achievements, and you're getting achievements after achievements after achievements, and you're becoming elevated and elevated. You're becoming a better person, you're becoming more successful. And that's what momentum does to you. So momentum is very important, people. And the most important thing is how to take advantage of the momentum. All right? Your increased momentum will, okay, we read that again. We will that already. And that's why we just talked about it, but I'm gonna read it anyway. That's why momentum is so powerful. Be but we be careful. But we careful or but be careful? It's, well, let's see what he means, but be careful. Momentum is also very, because you have to have momentum, but at the same time you have to be careful about it because momentum is very vulnerable. All right, compare with compare with, see, the same example that I used. See, I'm not totally out of context here. Compare it with a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, and as it rolls down the hill, it grows and picks up speed. All good. But then imagine that a rock practically blocks the snowball. What happens? Right? It will either break or, in its best case, lose speed and start rolling down at a lower speed. The momentum have been lost. And don't get misconstrued. We all have that moment in life where we hit the rock and maybe we break, maybe we slow down. But what we going to do? Are we going to stay in that low place? Are we going to stay in slow? Or we going to make sure we get up and put ourselves together and start rolling again? Huh? That's an important question, and I want you to be able to answer that question deep inside your heart. What type of person are you? Okay, a real life example. When I'm writing a blog, this is he's talking about his personal example. When I'm writing a blog each day, I'm gaining certain type of momentum. Every day there is something in me that says writing time. I have a lot of good ideas to write about here. Let's go. But then something unexpected happens and I'm not able to write that day. I can be sure that the next day is going to be harder to start writing. The unexpected event, it's the rock. My snowball has been slowed down. And I can give an example, a practical example of my life. When I'm in a studio session, and I am the singer and I'm the one in the mic, and I'm just so into the song, and then somebody call my phone, or something important happens, or people start talking around me, and then all the ideas that I had is gone, and then like the feeling is kind of lost, and the momentum is gone, and then I have to like like kind of like get into that zone again. So that's what momentum does to you. That's what momentum is, like you gotta take care of that. You gotta take care of that. I mean, it's gonna happen. What I mean is gonna happen. You're gonna have unexpected rocks in your way, but don't let that affect you. It's gonna kill the momentum. But the same way you started again, the same way you start, you can start again. You can create the momentum again. All right. The last thing you wanna do is get frustrated. The last thing you wanna do is give up. The last thing you wanna do is feel sorry for yourself. put yourself together, pick up yourself, and start rolling again. All right. And if something in your environment, if something in your environment is not helping you, you should definitely get rid of it. All right. So momentum is very important in life, my friends and comrades. All right. Very important in life, because momentum determines the amount of success you're gonna be, and taking advantage of the momentum is what's gonna be an important piece of your success. And when the momentum happens, of course, you're gonna have some rocks in the road. But when you hit the rock, what you do, you pick yourself together and start rolling again. And this is it, my friends. This is it. This is all I wanted to share to you in this morning. And yeah, so, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment. All right, leave a comment and let me know what you think, and let me know how you are using momentum to help you in your advantage. Let's share experience, let's learn from each other. All right, thank you for being with me. This is your another episode of Live with Kaz. Hasta mañana.